Good morning. I've realized no matter what, if I don't hit the record button, the idea or the thought just floats away. And I can't ever really get it back. Like, I understand the information that I had at the tip of my tongue, and then if I don't write it, say it, just goes away. But I'm here because I hung on to this one. And I said, okay, you know what? It is what it is. So here's the thought. Perhaps when we are taught or told to appreciate the little things, okay, they say, appreciate the little, right? If you want more, right? It's like, if I want more, I should appreciate what I have. Okay. So here's what happens, and I think keeps you in what you have. So you have, let's use a topic. You have, let's say, a certain amount of money, right? You want to appreciate it, but let's say it's not enough, right? The money you have isn't enough. So you're supposed to appreciate what you have so that you're blessed with more. Okay, so where you get caught up is the appreciating, right? It's like you didn't sustain that because I appreciate the money, or I appreciate the thing or the person or the situation. Like, I appreciate it for what it is. Thank you. But I would really want it to be better. And what you've done is continuously talk about why you want the better. Like, I hope you're with me. You have money. You're a good person. You appreciate. You give. You know, you're good. But there is still a sense of lack there, right? There's still a feeling of, I don't have enough of this, or I wish I had more, or if I had more. And that right there, when you either think about it, and you do think about it, especially right up when you need it and you don't have it, that's you thinking about it, right? Okay. So you think about it, you talk about it. Yeah, you talk about it. You talk about it all the time. Whether you're complaining about it, whether you're making one of those like remarks, like, oh yeah, me too. Like, tough out here. Like, it's just like we do it all the time. All the time. It's a very lackful energy. You don't realize you're doing it. So although you're appreciating the money and you may or may not be paying tithes, or you do appreciate, you're thankful, but the moment you get a chance to talk about it in a negative way, you do. Because you would have it if you didn't. You would have it in the amount that you wanted it. Same thing for relationships, right? Same thing for relationships, no matter what the dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You appreciate it. Why? Why do you appreciate the relationship? Or have you forgotten? That's why it's not working out. You've forgotten to appreciate the person just for who they are. Where you went wrong is having these expectations. You put expectations on the person, and, oh, you have to do this, and you have to be this, and you have, in order for me to be happy. And the person does it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not one-sided. We need to stop. We need to stop because it's not getting us anywhere. All that focus on things that are unwanted is keeping us in the cycle of unwanted. And these are the little sneaky ways, a couple of them, where I've come to realize where we've been going wrong. So if you're still with me, what I said was you're taught to appreciate the little in order to get the most, but what you have been doing is, yes, you're appreciating, but not enough. Why do I say not enough? The minute you complain, the minute your thought goes in the opposite direction, the minute you get in that pit of stomach feeling when it comes to money, relationship, the place you're living, place you're working, the minute you start dipping down, you kind of slowed it down. You slowed down the outcome you were expecting, or the one you just asked for. Does that make sense? Like, if you have the money in your hand and it's not enough, you can't see it that way. You can't see it as not enough. Because the not enough energy is causing a hindrance, right, to the enoughness, right? You said, I want more. Why do you want more? Oh, come on. Who doesn't want more? I could go where I want. I could wear what I want. I can smell how I want. I could buy what I want. Oh, come on. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, although it's nice, right? Gives you choices and options. Might even boost your confidence a little, right? You strut a little bit different. Yeah, it feels nice. So when you go there, your job is to stay there. And that's the challenge. But guess what? It's not hard to stay there once you realize or come to understand, hey, I have to stay there because I'm an energetic being. I have to stay there because I got to hold on to this feeling. This is the faith. This is the trust. I got to hang on to that and beam that shit out like a Care Bear. You got to go back to when you were little. You know what I mean? I don't know. Were you She-Man, He-Man, Batman? You felt powerful. Yeah. Hang on to it. Hang on to it because you're an energetic being. And what you put out, you get back. And it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard to hold that feeling once you understand that it's for your own life. It's you creating your reality. No one's creating your life for you. So if you want your life to be better with less heartache and less, especially, you just want less. My gosh, right? I often say, I don't expect to live on Sesame Street. I say that a lot, but even Sesame Street had you had Oscar the Grouch. I mean, it's not perfect. You're not asking for perfection. You're asking for a smoother ride. The difference between a road with potholes and a road just paved, for God's sakes. Does it mean a deer's not going to jump out in front? No, it doesn't mean that. You never know. It's the difference between the deer jumping out, you crashing into it, and or you seeing it prior, slowing down. Does that make sense? Ay, ay, ay. I really needed to hear this. I needed to hear this. So let's sustain the feeling of appreciation because we're energetic beings. So you want more money? You're going to have to appreciate what you have, right? And you appreciate it, and then you don't talk bad about it. You don't got it? You don't got it. Make peace with it. It's okay. You gonna have it. You will. And then your first thing is, how? That's the voice you need to shut up. The one that says, how we gonna do this? Mind your business. Because what you're doing is you're trusting the feeling, right? And if you've forgotten the feeling because of disappointment, just remember the first feeling. the first time. Go back, right? Pretend you're one of those, I don't know, every time the clock hits midnight, you reset and it's like a clean slate, you know? That's almost what you have to do with this body, this mind, in order to, like, allow the higher self to get back in control, because that's really what you want. You want that still small voice, that all-powerful knowing that's already in you. You want that to now take the lead. You want that to be in control. And for God's sakes, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Things work out. Things work out when you do trust that voice. Things work out in your favor. You're happier. Why wouldn't you? And listen, it wasn't easy for me. Not like it was difficult, but it was just remarkable how much I was listening to the self more than the higher self. It's almost laughable now, but it's like, if you're hearing this, it's because it's okay. It's like, wow, okay, now it's just sustain the feeling. Now it's just, all right, wake up every morning and just, what do I remember? Almost not robotic, but that's just like a reset it and then flow. Because I still find I wake up in the morning, my mind is like zipping and zapping in places it shouldn't be. And then I stop and I'm like, wait, how long have you been up? What are you doing? So have a routine, guys. Maybe you do. I don't. I just wake up. I need a routine. That's what I'll work on. Because there's got to be, why is my mind allowed to just do that? It just does it. It just picks up all this stuff. Sometimes from yesterday, day before, last week. Anyway, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. And it's rewarding. That's the beauty of it, because that's what you came here for. This is why other teachers call it a video game. It's like gold coins and, prizes at the end. My thing is, at this point, however you have to manipulate this reality just to get it to make sense, you just do it. Don't be afraid. Follow your heart. Yeah. Because following my heart led me here. I don't know what is going to come of this. Because, oh my gosh, for me to be, it's like the voice. So if you don't know, let me let you know, okay? The voice. All right, so I had a dream once. How long is this? 13. Okay, so I had a dream. There was a time I was dreaming, or so I thought. Well, I was asleep. I think I was asleep. I just kept hearing like Liza. But like, I'm looking for Liza, but I don't know who Liza is. It's like, Liza. So ever since then, that's how I associate my higher self. Good morning, Liza. Good morning. It's just, and I know I'm not alone in this. So that's number one. The other, I've had some dreams. I've had some dreams. There was like a one that just stuck. It's like I remember seeing like a swinging door. And it was like, it felt cold, almost like an old Western, but like, it was just cold. And that was like, a revelation for like something that was about to happen in my relationship, or like how it would have had me feel. And I'm going to break that down, because if it's all energy and it's a dream, is it worth it to try to interpret a bad dream? No. Why would you interpret a bad dream and try to get a meaning from it? that isn't that great. And then when something not that great happens, you say, oh yeah, I had a dream about it. Did you really have a dream about it? Anyway, the third thing is another dream I had, and it was like I could hear a typewriter sound, and it was my wrist. But this, is it on there? Can you see? Hold on. Look what my higher self made me go get. The tattoo says I am. And I promise you, right after that, it's not that life got rocky, but there were times, now I don't barely remember it's there, but there were times where I had to just rub it. I would be rubbing on it, almost like it was like reminding, like, you know, I would rub on it and that would help me. I would kiss it, you know, like it's like, remember, like, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. So that's that. And that's it. That's what it's been. It's been pretty cool. I've held jobs and walked away from them. Higher self guided me there too. Or I should just say Liza. Liza guided me there too. There was a job that I was supposed to leave way before I actually put in the note. Like, I wrote it, dated it and everything, never handed it in. And in my profession, you have to give at least, oh my, is it 4 weeks? Depending, yeah, if you're in administration, it's 4 weeks. But I didn't do it when I was supposed to, and I watched the next week or two just like almost crumble. It was just like so bad. It made me feel bad, you know, because I was just like, had I left when I initially was guided to, things would have turned out a lot different. It would have been a more laughing situation more than anyway, I don't want to get into too much detail. I'm just going down a little bit, I guess, of who I am, you know, why I'm in front of you, you know. So again, it's because I'm following my intuition, right? And one thing is comfort, right? I will always be comfortable because that's how I stay. So like my neck is crooked, right? So I gotta fix myself, right? I have to be comfortable in order to. So this is bothering me. So I'm just gonna put that. Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna do that because that was like tying the front of my head. Okay. So I'm comfortable, all right? All right. So now we can talk because hello. Like, you have to be comfortable all the time. Yes, be comfortable. That way you're relaxed, right? There's a reason why you have to be a certain way before you meditate. But guess what? You can't always stop and meditate. So your meditation is your comfort. It's your body at its most relaxed. And then you will always be in the receiving mode, right? The more relaxed you are, the more at peace you are, the more at ease you are, the more open to information that can help you rather than hinder you, right? Does that make sense? So yeah, here I am. Explaining this to you how I understand it, applying it to my life, reaping the benefits, anticipating benefits. I've had videos that I've recorded and never like put in, like I didn't submit them for whatever reason. Doesn't matter now, right? Now we focus. Yes? Okay. Well, I think I've said all I needed to say. Yeah, I told you about myself, told you how I left my jobs. And for the reasons I've listed, you know, it just didn't feel right anymore. And I did the appreciating, and once you start to get physically sick, I mean, it's just, Do I need to understand this to the T? I feel like once you just understand the basics, which is I am an energetic being, right? You walk around, you're like, oh, I'm a human, I'm a human. What does that mean? You're just an energetic being. What does that mean? Well, you can't see with your naked eye, but you're giving off frequencies. Is that hard? Is that hard to comprehend? You receive it when you watch TV. That's not like, do you understand how that person is in front of you, or how you're watching that, how it's being beamed and you translating it and sound? Do you understand how all the mechanisms that go on for you to be able to hear something? And then the mechanisms behind you understanding what you hear, even smelling. How does that work? Do you need to really understand how it all works? Or do you just want to say, hey, I live here among the birds. I live among the trees. I live among animals and creatures in the sea. Yes, you are part of this universe. Yes? Okay, so how's life treating you? What do you think? How's life? Is it easy? Is it challenging? Like, how do you describe life? Is it beautiful? Is life and then you yeah, life's and then you die. You ever hear that? I don't think I ever said it, but I surely have been around people that would say it. Life's not easy. They say that a lot. Do you want to be someone that says, oh, life is easy. Life is fun. Life is magical. Right? Don't you want to be? And it's beautiful. I'm almost brought to tears because I can say that and it actually just resonates in my body. It wasn't always like that. And I'm very, very happy that it is, because it sure as hell feels a whole lot better. It feels better. It feels like, I don't know, it just feels like an upward pulling feeling as opposed to this downward, So, you're an energetic being. You give off energy. And you do. You have energy. You have sodium running through your body. Potassium. Your cells have ions and positive. And if you ever broke down this body, it's like it's not a robot. But it's fascinating. It's got all types of stuff going on that I don't really want to get into, because this isn't science class. This is, what kind of class would we call this, guys? This is, I'm trying not to be funny. I can hear so many jokes in my head. I'm trying so hard to keep it like serious, okay, but oh my God. Yay. Okay, guys. All right. Here we go. What can we call this? Forget what we call it. We'll figure it out later, what we're going to call it. Just know that it's not hard. It's not hard to remember that you are naturally a good person. Like, you're just born good. You're just born nice. You are nice. You're kind. You're sweet. You're compassionate. You're generous. You're fun. You're funny. You like to laugh, you like to play. You are all those things. So be all those things. Yes, as an adult. You have no idea how I look out here sometimes. I'm like a big kid and I don't freaking care. I'm actually not as big of a kid as I should be. Like how I feel on the inside. Nothing crazy. But like I found myself in the toy aisle. Not looking for anything particular. But just, this is what kids play with. This is, oh, there's a tea set. And, just remember. And it like should soften you. Right? It makes you soft. It makes you kind of like, My girlfriend describes me as whimsical. Whatever. I'll be whimsical, honey, because I surely don't want to be. Just stop. Stop it, Danny. Stop. Okay? Stop. I am going to stop. I'm nice. I am. I'm nice. I just don't like when people are not nice to others and then expect to be nice. Others to be nice to them. Like, how? How do you expect things to work out for you when you're not nice? The energy of things working out, the things you want, the life you want is nice. How are you supposed to attract this life? So yeah, maybe that's what's next. Yes. In this being, whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. Okay? So that's why when I started this and I said you're supposed to appreciate the least, those of us who are in situations, I'm not going to speak anymore. Those who are in situations where they feel like when it rains, it pours or this and that, it's because you're stopping the appreciation. You said one thing about the situation and then you switched again. You're teeter-tottering. You haven't really sustained it. And I don't want this video to be too long. So when I get myself together, perhaps I'll come back with tips on like what it is you can focus on. Like, how do you like navigate around it? It is. Oh, another thing. Not to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but I feel like I have to say that you need to have somewhere, and maybe in the back of the head somewhere, this is a spiritual world.